Sixer Nation, what up? What up? How do I describe that game? How would you describe that game in like 2 words? Like absolute roller coaster.
Absolutely.
First off, Sixers. I barely have a voice at this point. Sixers take down the Lakers in OT, 133-122. They avoid massive collapse, which probably would have resulted in much more.
Good offense.
Exiting the Wells Fargo, unreal environment. Yeah, you got fans still drawing at each other at this point. Hold on, this way. This way. But yeah, so Sixers avoid collapse against the LA Lakers, and 133-122. I don't even know what to say. Like I'm gonna keep it short today, just for time being. But all I know is with a minute to go, the Sixers are up by like 8 or 10. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like I'm losing my mind, but. Sixers are up like 8 or 10, and somehow, some way, we just see this team storming back in, and Austin Reeves hits a big shot. Then he ends up going to the line. He misses one. You got AD, who goes to the line, misses one. Sixers fans are losing their minds. These Laker fans, we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I've never seen so many fans for a certain player on the road. Like, every time this man LeBron touched the ball, stood up, drank water. Nah, every time this man LeBron even like drank a sip of water, there was an entire crowd in my section just like absolutely losing their minds over it. But the Sixers go down, and the Lakers miss a couple clutch free throws. It ends up going to overtime. Sixers fans are losing their minds. We're chanting "Fire Doc." I mean, it's going nuts. And luckily, the Lakers did they even score in overtime?
2 points. That's
it. 2 points? Yeah, they didn't even score in overtime because that team is bad, man. I cannot believe the Sixers almost choked that away. I'm glad that we won. There was a lot of good that we got to see from that game. But my gosh, I almost had a heart attack, bro.
We
almost had a heart attack. Almost had a heart attack. Okay. You know, this way. How do I describe what even just happened? Like, what would you have done if we lost that game?
Like we said, that's the game ever again.
Yeah. I was literally not even going to come back here again. I'm sorry. I'm like all out of sorts right now because of what just happened. Yeah, that was just unreal, bro. That was unreal. What else happened in this game?
Isn't this here?
Yeah. Let me get the good things out of the way. So, Joel Embiid almost baptized Anthony Davis. I'm sitting like 10 rows from the court. Let me get some warmth first. Shout out to Sixer Nation, man. Hit the like button. Like I said, I don't have a voice right now, so I'm going to keep this short. I saw Joel Embiid almost baptize Anthony Davis about 10 rows in front of me. I saw Tobias Harris try to baptize Anthony Davis right in front of me. And I saw Joel Embiid throw one down. I think it was Thomas Bryant that he just absolutely postered. How many did AD have? Like 31?
Yeah, 31. Yeah.
How many did AD have? Like 31?
31.
But the Sixers end up pulling it off in OT. Let's see what some people in here are saying. I don't even know what to comprehend right now. Like, I was at the point where if we had lost that game,
Your face is turning red and everything.
we would have been under 500. I would have lost my mind. The fact that we even let them back in, we had to have been up like 8 to 10 points with a minute to go. The Lakers fans, with 5 minutes to go, literally were leaving the arena. I mean, you had people in front. The whole section was Laker fans, but they were really LeBron fans. And You know, you had like little kids jawing at Laker LeBron stands. It was nuts, man. I mean, we were jawing back and forth. It was a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, the couple main takeaways. Joel Embiid is a monster. He had, 38? 38 tonight. Hit a couple insane shots. He had a step-back three from the parking lot. He threw one down on Bryant. He had 20 points in the first quarter, which is absurd.
We gotta talk about.
I'm talking about the good things just so then we can talk about the bad things.
We gotta talk about
DeAnthony Melton was absolutely unreal. Every time that man put the ball up, I'm like, that's going in.
30.
That's going in. And yeah, feel free to chime in on this conversation because I'm trying to remember everything. Sixers in the fourth quarter. The last couple possessions I remember, we're trying to inbound the ball.
Oh my God.
And these are things you do on like practice day one. And we're trying to inbound the ball. We're trying to inbound. We can't even inbound the ball. Lakers steal it back a couple times. Pat Bev is drawing. Russ is drawing. I mean, it's absurd. And LeBron is just constantly in complaining mode. They gave him every foul. I don't know the stats off the top of my I don't know any stats off the top of my head. All I know is that LeBron was getting every single call, man. He was getting every call. Anthony Davis started to heat up. And for the Sixers, man, I mean, you know, not to point it back to the same thing, but Doc Rivers, okay, he was watching this collapse. My boy here, who is not like a big Sixers fan, right, but he follows basketball, and you know, with like 5 minutes ago, he's like, all right, this game's over. This game's over. We're sealed, right? And I'm like, nah, you have to wait until the last possession. We choke it up. We collapse just like that. And the Lakers are gaining momentum. And with, you know, a couple seconds to go, I mean, everybody in the stadium is holding their breath. Like, everybody's having a heart attack. And luckily in overtime, like I said, I don't know who scored. I know Harden hit like 4 to 5 free throws. I know he hit a big three. Reeves was trying. Look, I'm going to tell you guys this right now, hot take or not. Austin Reeves might be the Lakers' best player right now. The way that man was shooting the ball, he was the most fearful for me. LeBron was just passing it off, dumping it off. Russ was Russ. He had a triple-double. I'm like, how does this man have a triple-double? And Anthony Davis started to heat up in the second half. He seems to be back to form. But what felt like a convincing win ended up being a very, very scary game. Not even just for tonight, but on a lot of levels. And that is my takeaway. I'm glad we won the game. It was cool seeing LeBron in person. You know, I saw KD, seeing LeBron, like seeing these guys. The fandom was absolutely absurd. Like I said, even in pregame warm-ups, like an hour before the game, LeBron touches the ball, and of course this guy's alarm is going off. He's probably a Lakers fan, but yo, an hour before the game, people, like, I've never seen a crowd that filled. Everybody anticipating every movement from LeBron James. Unreal, man. Let's see what some people in here said, and I want you to chime in on this because I feel like I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm losing a lot, but shout out to the super chat in here. We got JB says, thanks RB. You always say a win is a win, bro. And he says Melton broke a record and a win is a win. Is that his career high? Let me know in the chat.
I think it is.
I looked up. I'm like, yo, he has 30. That man is a bucket. He deserves more minutes. He deserves more touches, right? The last couple games when we lose badly, I think it was last game. Excuse me. I think he went like 2 for 4 or 1 for 4. He didn't even see the ball. And tonight, he's actually getting involved. I thought Joel Embiid, up until the last couple minutes, played an excellent game. Not just scoring the ball because he was on a different level tonight. He was banging LeBron. He was being aggressive, but he was finding the open looks. Like, he was throwing some dimes tonight, and I will talk about that more tomorrow. I mean, it seems like Joel Embiid gets up for these games against, like, big stars, against the LeBrons, the Giannis. Like, it feels like he plays different. There goes this guy's alarm again. Like, come on, man. Turn your car alarm off. But it just feels like Embiid gets up for these games, and he was fantastic. I thought James Harden was out of it for most of the game. He stepped up in OT. He wasn't attacking Pat Bev, who was chirping all night. I wish Harden would have done more of that. Maybe he's not ready to go yet. But yeah, man, that's my take on it. That's my take on the game. The Laker fans were unreal, man. Like all around. I was the
75%.
only Sixers fan there, and all these Laker fans are. I mean, they cheer and then they just go dead quiet. They were all right. I mean, it was just the fandom that was like, wow. I've never seen that in person for a player, but I guess if you're LeBron James, it is what it is. We got 150 people in here. Hit the like button. Post game live, Wells Fargo. Look at this, man. Look at this. Boom. Wells Fargo Center. We bring the content to the people. We're here. Your take on this game. What's your main takeaway? Like,
Absolutely crazy. It's like I don't even know what to say. And
Speak
then
up a little bit. Speak up a
I
little
did not expect OT.
what was your main takeaway? Like, why did the Sixers choke whatever
Rivers, man.
point lead it was? We were watching Doc, and this man is like out of breath running down the sideline, or the, like next to the bench, yeah, the baseline. I don't know. I got to go back and watch because I think we were up like 17 points. It felt like the game was over, so my mind kind of like mentally clocked out of it, if that makes sense. And then I'm like, how is this game tied? And the fans are just going nuts. And of course they all shut up and left, like I said, but it's just funny. Yeah, the James Harden ankle breaker. I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
He
And
took
the and
Dennis
one, too?
and the and one, yo. He took Dennis Schroeder, step back, bang. That was unreal. Unreal play by Harden. There were so many highlight plays in this game.
It was a
Like,
lot.
what a game to go to,
At
man.
least 5.
Let me tell you guys this. I'm sitting 10 rows from the court, and I'm immediately lined up with the basket where the Sixers are scoring. We saw Joel Embiid go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yo, tell him what you felt when Embiid's in the air. I thought he was gonna absolutely
Murder
just
him, bro.
baptize.
Oh my God.
What'd you think? What was your reaction in the moment?
I don't even know. What to say
What about
that.
Tobias when he did it?
Tobias?
He almost
He almost murdered
That's what I'm
AD,
saying.
But
Yeah,
then
he almost took him.
AD ended up blocking it. But that was crazy. If they both did that, then top 10 for the year.
I don't know how to should I be happy? Like, obviously a win's a win, right? But like, this
Yeah, let's
team
say
has
what it
issues,
is.
man. I was like, I saw this man Joel Embiid go up though in that moment. I can't take my head off it. Like, I thought he was done, and I saw the ball just fly after hitting the front rim.
He was limping after.
Nuts, man. Let's see what the chat said. Doc made a timeout to draw up a play and still choked it. I gotta go back and watch the last few plays, but I'm just watching inbound after inbound. I guess we had no timeouts. And I saw a couple passes forced to Joel Embiid in double coverage. Like, there's guys swarming him. Literally from the second quarter, would you agree they were triple teaming him at points?
Indeed, yeah.
They were triple teaming him at points. And what does Doc do? He actually makes a little adjustment, puts Matisse Thybulle in, but the problem is you can't have Thybulle in for 2 minutes at a time. Thybulle comes in, he throws a couple down, couple backdoor cuts, comes in the fourth quarter. PJ Tucker, I don't know what he's doing at this point. He misses like a little layup under the basket. Unreal game, man. Thought Tobias was okay at points. But Sixers got to figure out this fourth quarter thing, and it's the lack of preparation and adjustments, man. You got to be ready for those situations. JB with the $2 donation says, was it scary when Embiid dunked on Anthony and missed? If you mean scary, like, Embiid almost took AD. He almost took him, man. Me and him, like, we were celebrating. We
shocked.
thought, we stood up. We're like, oh my gosh, here it comes, like, dunk of the year.
I was shocked.
Right in front of us. And, man, unreal. Everybody it's just weird because usually I'm in the section, I'm going hype and everybody's high-fiving. It was just all Laker fans or LeBron fans. And it was so funny, man. I've never seen an atmosphere like this. I've never seen one. All the Laker fans left with about 5 minutes to go, and there were like some of them that were just quiet and reserved, and they were going nuts at the end of the game. Yeah, that's my takeaway from this game. I don't know if I missed anything. Be sure you're following on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, we're posting content there. Someone said PJ free cardio. Someone said I can't stand Glenn Rivers. Yo, I don't know what's up with PJ, man.
He's old. He needs to retire.
Dude, that was it's getting bad. Like, Thibault was so productive, and I don't know how many minutes he played. Like I said, no box score, no stats. I'm just going off what I remember. Sam says, this is how you fix the lack of adjustments. Fire the coach. I mean, we're all on the same path here. Like, I don't know what he's going to say after this game. He'll probably go with the I'm glad we won approach, but everybody in that building was having a heart attack. You could feel, like, the sickness on the faces of Sixers fans. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. The disgust. You know, it's just like it was scary, man. It was scary. But luckily the Sixers pull off an OT, get a couple big buckets. The Lakers couldn't score. The Lakers were shooting insane in the first half. Second half they couldn't buy a bucket, and with the last couple minutes they just come back in the game and somehow get it going. But yeah, there's Lakers fans exiting the game. It's mostly like, I would say it's mostly like teenagers and just people that don't watch the game too much, that just have Laker or LeBron jerseys that were just, you know, having their time. And it is what it is. LeBron doesn't come to Philly much, so, you know, again, you got to do it right, I guess. I mean, he doesn't come here much, so unreal. Couple more, let's see. Glenn is done. Thibault was a plus 15 in 6 minutes. Melton, defensive player of the year. He was great defensively. He was great tonight. What was the end of game? No one could bring the ball up. Yeah, and
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like, again, the one thing that pissed me off about James Harden is I'm just watching him, and maybe he's not in shape yet. Maybe he's not back and healthy, but you got to take some of these mismatches. I'm seeing Joel attack every mismatch, dime up his teammates. I'm seeing Tobias try to big body Austin Reeves. And, you know, for most of this game, it was a lot of DeAnthony Melton, and he stepped up big time. He was great. Yeah, I just remember Doc calling some timeouts. He maybe wasted one, and, you know, we couldn't inbound the ball. Everybody says, do the Sixers practice. Do the Sixers practice. And how many times could we not inbound a basketball?
It was 3 times.
Three
Yeah,
times.
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times. You got to fix those. You got to do the little things to win, man. You got to do the little things to win. Doc calls timeouts at the wrong times. Harden hogged the ball in OT. He was fine in OT, though. He was getting buckets, and he was doing his thing. He had to have his players tell him to call timeout. Yeah, it was a crazy ride, man. Crazy game. Crazy game, man. Looks like this dude finally found his car, so that's nice. No more alarm. But yeah, man, Sixer post-game live. That's all I got for now. Probably be back tomorrow with more. Sixers get the W. And, yeah, we got to keep building, man. We cannot have close to choke games like that anymore. That Lakers team was not good. Their best player was Austin Reeves by a lot. By a lot. Final takes? What else? Anything I missed?
Nope, pretty much said everything. You wrapped up everything.
You happy the Sixers won?
Yep.
You're not a Lakers fan?
No. I'm a LeBron fan, but not a Lakers fan.
He's a LeBron fan. But, hey, he wasn't rocking a LeBron jersey, though.
Nope.
Hey, we are out from the Wells Fargo. Hit the like button. Appreciate you all, man. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.